Good morning. It is Saturday morning, and it is time to revisit the practice routine, the workout, the path to mastery that I have been following for the past week. And there are a few questions I've had about that. What exactly do I do? Well, the question you need to ask yourself is, what musician do you want to be? And that's generally the first point of contention because I talk to people that I work with, and it's like, that is a big question. It's like, well, that's right, but we have to start somewhere. It may occur to you in a week, a month, a year, 10 years, or never if you don't purposefully visit it. So let's describe it. It'll be rough, it'll be ugly, but we are going to get to it. So we describe it. So that's what I did. What type of musician do I want to be? And I wanted to be a composer, vocalist, guitar virtuoso. And I wanted to focus on metal compositions. And after a while, I found that I loved integrating classical influences and jazz. And I tended to like strange bends and arpeggios that were unusual. And I integrated that all into songs that I was creating. It was my creative work. And I found over time that as I kept working toward that, my decisions about what I needed to practice made themselves because I can't spend all day. And that is generally what the preference is. If I was given the opportunity to just decide what I wanted to do, I have all day. What am I going to practice? I would just mess around. And that's what I did. And that's what I did when I didn't have any deadlines on my songs. It's like, boy, I get to write a song. And I spent a year on the same song, 150 takes on the vocals alone. And I ended up in the same spot that I started with. So I write much better songs in a 2 week time period than I did over a year time period. And that is because it needed to be done. It wasn't just a fun exercise. And so if you want to do something, give yourself a deadline and decide what you want to do. It can't be, I kind of want to do this. Give yourself an exact description and do it. And if it doesn't look pretty the first time, refine it, refine it, refine it. Keep revisiting it, keep redoing it. It's difficult. Sometimes it's laborious, it's frustrating, but it is so satisfying in that you keep moving forward. And if there's one that you don't like, that's okay. Beethoven had many compositions that he just threw away, many paths that were unproductive. That's part of the process, and it is resisted in a lot of cases. I know my psychology resists it, human psychology resists it. It's why people don't do it more often. So I have some quotes for that. Get down to your daily work. All right, Leonardo da Vinci. Art is never finished, only abandoned. Keep working at it. Charlie Parker, you've got to learn your instrument. Then you practice, practice, practice. And when you finally get up there on the bandstand, forget about all that and just wail. If you become that instrument, if you work so hard at becoming that instant musician, you can do it, but it is difficult. David Bowie, I don't know where I'm going from here, but I promise it won't be boring. Bach, there's nothing remarkable about it. All one has to do is hit the right keys at the right time, and the instrument plays itself. This is very much like the previous quote from Charlie Parker. If you spend enough time with it, that instrument becomes a part of you, an extension of you. That is the highest expression of musical art. And Beethoven, don't only practice your art, but force your way into its secrets. Deserve that Art deserves that. For it and knowledge can raise man to the divine. And I think that is a real, real thing. All right, I'm going to get to it, and I will see you tomorrow.